I think it's really hard to say that anybody can make a beat to a degree, but whether it's worth listening to is something is another dimension because producers used to go to record stores, and search for sounds and so forth. Now it's like the click of a button, you could, find the same things that you may find in stores and so forth.
And you don't gotta work so hard to find a blank piece to sample because Fruity Loops just came and changed the game with other programs where there's AI on it to where I can get a song and strip the vocals off, so I can have just the vocals, just the bass line, just the keys, and just the drum loop, and I got full control.
But that's a game changer though.
Right.
And back then, you had to physically get up.
And so the
and
people who
walk,
had to
travel,
dig and do all of that shit,
dig and
they
so
mad.
forth.
Because as long as I got the internet and YouTube, my motherfucking collection is more vast than theirs.
But does that take away from the creative experience of the feel of just knowing, you traveling and going to a record store? Because most record stores, I don't know.
But what about the
many
instrument
that are
players?
open?
Nobody cared about them.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. This is the obvious. This is when I realized this is the obvious natural progression of things. Either we can fight it and kick it, but we see what happened to the band members that just didn't go along with the time. And now the ones that learned Pro Tools and was tracking their stuff out and realized, like, hey, you didn't want to see me, but I know you can't deal with I got the best engineering. I got the best. Like the best engineers are older.
Right.
From
But
that era.
I think where I was getting at pretty much is like, excuse me. I think the process is what I'm talking about. How people have verses sent to them, and it's different when you're in the studio, bouncing off ideas. The process is different in so many ways. I think today with technology, depending on how you choose to create a project, some, keen listeners could tell the difference between a verse being passed or maybe not in some cases, but like, I think the process is what I'm getting at is somewhat different of just getting up, knowing that you could feel the album, see, read, experience, it's just different forms of creating. I don't think it's any wrong or right way to a degree, but I think it's subjective music, period. And I think the process is now becoming subjective, is what I'm somewhat
it's
getting at.
it's so like I said, things have changed again. Just like 8 tracks was a thing, then cassettes was a thing, then records was a thing, and now nothing is a thing. It's all streaming. Now, every once in a while, people who appreciate the vinyl, who know what it is, they can still go buy vinyl. If you got an 8-track player, you can still go. If you play an instrument, you can still get a band of people together. But what it is people aren't doing it.
Right.
Like I tell people all the time, there might be other bands out there, but in my mind, the last bands were 2020 Tony and Mint Condition.
You think that the world is big enough to think that it might be going on and you might not be tapped in?
Well, so the thing about it is this: there's people rapping in Guatemala, but it don't matter because they're not handling the business for me to know. So yeah, that stuff exists, but it's not in the business space. So if we're speaking about business, that shit is dead. It's kind of expensive. Right now, they know that I can plug up my laptop and get everything sonically that I can get from a band that I have to pay. However, it's a business thing.
Right.
Now, if you want to play like this church bands, like people were playing this bands, but what is it used for? You know what I mean? Like because technology has advanced, so boom. right now I'm working on something. Shout out to Wicked Squid Studios. I'm about to do like an unplugged type situation with live band. You know, that right there in your catalog is a good look. And not everybody can perform with a live band, and it's a different sound, like a different feel, it's a different element. And when you go to some of these larger arenas, a band sound and a ring off better than just a DJ.
Yeah, people have done that from the premieres where they had orchestras, you know,
And Nas and
read the
Raekwon.
music and so forth. So it's definitely something that has been attached to hip hop on different scales. But at this level, when it comes to your career, this is something that you have been wanting to do as far as collaborating with a live band. And how would that, you know, tickle your funny bone just to see what you produce? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Being played by a live band.
so
You know what I'm saying?
I did this one other time. I did a benefit concert for the Frederick Douglass Resource Center back in like 2009, 10. They were having problems and they needed some funds. I seen what happened and I put a team together and I myself came up with it was me, Dwayne Collins Jr., Tiffany Davis, Hassan Mackey, and Danielle Ponder before she became the woman that we know right now in the game. And we did a benefit concert there with a live band. And that was my first time, having to do practice. That's my first time I had to submit music to a band to motherfucking figure out if they could play it and have a drummer pull me inside like, yo, boy, like, yo, that shit sound crazy. I don't know how you putting that shit together because it's not conventional, and I take it as a challenge to play it. That's why I'm doing it. Like I've never been challenged like this before. But yo, you got something there. You know what I mean?
And musicians, you know, they read the music and they play it. You know, there's a lot of people who play by ear.
Yeah, they played by ear because I definitely didn't have nothing written. I submitted my songs and they had to listen to it, and each person who played the instrument just listened to the sounds
Oh,
that they
that's how your
played.
process went.
Yeah, and that's how they came up with my set, and it came out dope. You can go online right now on YouTube; it's out there.
What was it? This
I
is
think it's called My Life Story, but it's built Coach Parsells, Frederick Douglass Resource Center benefit concert.
that's what's up.
There's two parts to it. Back when I was doing Inside 585 vlog. Like I said, but I say all that to say I'm excited and looking forward to this new endeavor with it because this situation is where I'm also going to get the audio recorder mixed and mastered to where I can actually do like a live album. Coming up, one of the things that a lot of us enjoyed was the MTV Unplugged show. And if the set was good, the actual live version of the album you could cop and people got that too. So, right now the music game is so much going on. Everybody doing like monkey see, monkey do because they see something working. And it's been going on for a while, but on the independent local, like it's not room for everybody to do the same thing. So sometimes people gotta do something different, do something out of the box.
And that's what,
That's what
leads
I'm
me to
doing.
my next question in regards to like, how do you stand out like a sore thumb, in this rap game up here? But I think the production, speaks for itself when you're able to tap into different genres because I've been around you for years and I know that you have a different ear for different styles of music and so forth. And what's your mindset with trying to do like artist development now that you have different artists coming, behind you with this hip hop thing? You got a project that you just recently dropped. And what's it been like since you've dropped that project? And give us the title and where we could even listen to it at.
So, in order to explain the projects, I gotta explain what's going on.
Right, no doubt. Just break it down.
I just recently, I've been gone for 10 years from the scene for personal reasons. I didn't get locked up. You know what I mean? I told myself, I'm done. I took a break. You know what I mean? And I'm back. I moved different. I've been away. So not only did I fall back from the game, like I left where I was known for the game for 10 years. So to come back, you know, even though I have a lot of accolades, I built a lot of stuff that people are using right now to their benefit, blueprints and all of that. It's still like, you know, what have you done for me lately type thing. So the top of this year, I lost my father, and I was like, yo, I just had a different type of focus.
Yeah,
And
rest in peace, man. Word.
yeah,
My
rest in
condolences.
peace. Yeah. And I just had a different focus, you know. So I started something called the Leaders Club. I'm trying to, you know, cultivate the next leaders.